Yo, welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. It's the show that can't wait to buy Tampa Bay or Tampa Brady merch. You know why? Because I was on the misspelling your name bandwagon way before Tom or Tampa or whatever he's calling himself ever thought about leaving New England. But I fully support all weird branding opportunities, and if anybody wants to sponsor my idea for Custo Cream Donuts, which is totally unrelated to another popular donut chain, just go ahead and hit me up. The hot takes. A lucky, and I put lucky in air quotes here, sneakerhead got an early pair of the Air Jordan 1 Game Royal that's set to drop in May instead of the court purple ones. Not sure if this is a late April Fool's joke or not, but these kind of stories seem to pop up every few months, and it's always a hyped pair that gets sent by mistake. What I want to know are the stories of the people who brought the Space Jam 11s and got Cortez instead. Like, just once, I want a brand to send me a pair of sneakers to unbox and they hype it up as the greatest thing ever, and it turns out to be just dad shoes. In fact, I double dog dare a brand to do it just for the reaction. I need a new face for my new video thumbnail anyway. Nick Young shared a story of the time Gilbert Arenas got a hold of his pricey sunglasses when he was a rookie on the Knuckleheads podcast with Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles. No Chill Gil, by the way, check out his podcast. He lived up to his nickname when he proceeded to trash Swaggy P's glasses and, let's say, rub his Spaldings on it.
Well, I had just started getting a little money, so I never bought no glasses for $1,000.
You mean like some sunglasses?
Yeah. I come into the practice, see, I got my shades on, stunned and all that, thinking nothing. Gil just, I don't know, would take my glasses. I guess it's some rookie initiation. Take my glasses and rub his balls with them. I'm so mad. Then break them. I'm like, dog, he have no respect for nothing. But then next thing you know, I come back after practice, like 2 G's on my tail, in my locker room.
Sure, Gil paid Swag back and took him under his wing, but what if it had happened in 2020? Would you rather Gil run it back, or would sneezing on it be a little bit more offensive? Justin Timberlake popped up on an episode of Hot Ones, still waiting on that invite, Sean, preferably after this crisis is all over, and he revealed some tidbits about his working relationship with Jordan Brand, including the possibility of having his own shoe along with reworking some existing models.
There was a moment where Tinker and the brand were going to make a new shoe for me for a tour. There's probably 2 or 3 other ones that we've talked about.
Some sketches in the vault.
Reworking or sort of innovating.
I like how he hesitates at the last second there, like he just realized he's saying something that maybe he's not supposed to. Chances are, though, those innovations ended up becoming the Legends of Summer series of retros and the Air Jordan 3 Tinker he wore at the Super Bowl a few years ago. But if not, I don't think I would mind a surprise JT and JB collab to release right about now. Get a sneakerhead talking about something other than ones, and we'll talk about more of that later. UFC 249 has been shut down along with other events the company had planned due to the pandemic. But that doesn't mean Dana White isn't moving forward with his plans to make Fight Island, his actual words, a reality. Yep, my dude is really trying to make a fighting game story trope, hold a tournament with the best fighters in the world in an undisclosed location, a reality. Personally, I'm totally okay with this if UFC goes full Mortal Kombat and the penultimate fight features a 4-armed Conor McGregor, who's the last boss? Vince McMahon and Dana White doing the fusion dance and forming Dance McWhite, of course. Netflix just released their latest dumpster fire of a dating reality show that everybody is going to watch and dissect like it's Tiger King. It's called Too Hot to Handle, and it's got 10 good-looking people who are described as serial swipers stuck on an island paradise, and all they have to do for the indeterminate time they are there is to basically not touch each other in any way. It's basically a social distancing show, but with hot people. I would love to watch a sneaker version of this. Basically, it's 10 hype beasts inside Nike's R&D building, and they get to rock every sample and prototype years before they hit stores. But the catch is they can never leave the building, never show it off, and never share it on social media. Imagine the pain of never being able to brag or get clout from having all those hot shoes. That's the scariest timeline for hypebeast, I think. So last week we covered the hard pass Mount Rushmore as a response to last week's social media obsession, and because there's no way my riders could make me do the Don't Rush Me challenge. This week, we're going back to the well and basing this segment off another social media trend, the pick 3. It's where people are asking others to pick 3 or keep 3 of something that's usually from a list of 9. So my writers have prepared a handful of these for me to check out, and I'm sure none of them are going to be embarrassing for me at all. Nope, these people have a vendetta out for me. So we're going to pick 3 from each slide, and the rest are eliminated from existence Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power style. For what it's worth, I was rooting for Universe 2 if Goku couldn't pull it off because I believe in the power of love. Okay, for the first one, 90s albums, Jay, Pac, and Dr. Dre. Oh, Chips Ahoy. Okay, Red Velvet, the Reese's Pieces, and the Cinnamon Donut. Oh, Retro Jordans. Okay, this one's easy. So the 1s, the 3s, and the 11s. Ooh, Off-White. Vapor Max, easy. 1s, and I think I'm gonna go with the Vapor Street. Yeah, the Vapor Street. Supreme, of course. Let's go with the Nunchucks, the Dog Bowl, and the Blimp. Oh, this one is interesting. Okay, so Solar Red, 750s, and probably the Platinums. Good one. I like that. I like this game. You guys pick your favorites and let me know which ones you picked down in the comments below. You can just number them down there below. And now it's time for Heat Check, where we take a look at the week's best releases. Now, I'm not gonna say there's been a silver lining to this pandemic, but the lack of stories about sneakerheads and hypebeasts making fools of themselves while in line for a Supreme drop or a new sneaker release has been really nice. And even when we do get back to a sense of normalcy, hopefully this trend will continue as we become more content to just crash servers to cop our kicks instead of camping out for them. First up, we have the Reebok Question Low Oatmeal. These drop on April 15th. You can be forgiven for not realizing that this is actually a retro pair that dropped all the way back in 1999. The oatmeal style works well with the Question silhouette, although the icy blue outsole might be a little too blue for my taste. I'm not mad, but it's a little blue. Next, we have the Nike LeBron 17 Command Force. These drop on the 17th for $200. Based on the iconic Command Force from the early 90s, this LeBron 17 feels like a white version of the James Gang colorway that dropped a few weeks ago, but like with a switch up of the logo on the tongue. I like it though. We also have the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Linen. These drop on the 18th for $220. So household items are now the new Yeezy colorway name trend. How long until we get a Swiffer colorway or one that's based on Clorox wipes, which are just as hard to find as some Yeezys these days, to be honest. Then we have the Jordan Delta SP. Those drop on the 18th for $150. 2019 was the year when Jordan Brand really stepped their lifestyle game with sneakers like the Jordan Pro Tour React. The Delta SP feels like a continuation of that line in my mind, with a style that looks at home with current dad shoe trends, although calling this a dad shoe might seem like a sneak diss, but I kind of feel like it's a good thing. And then my pick of the week is the Air Jordan 6 DMP. These drop on the 18th for $200. One of the most iconic Jordan packs ever made was the 2006 Defining Moments pack that brought together the Air Jordan 6 and 11 and added some gold flair to them. This weekend, the DMP 6 returns with a full family size run and slight changes, but looks every bit as fresh as they did 14 years ago. And now we wait for Jordan Brand to do the right thing and give us the Jordan 11 DMP this holiday season. You know you hear me. And now it's time for Hard Pass, where we take a look at something in the culture that just needs to go. Like letting Zach LaVine join the horse competition between the NBA, WNBA, and retired legends. Like Zach can just break out one of his dunk contest moves and sweep anybody. So I imagine they're probably gonna place some restrictions on my guy so we can't actually dunk. Wait, hold on, scratch that. Not only am I looking forward to Zach being in the contest, it turns out he's facing Paul Pierce in the first round. As a Laker fan who still wants payback for the 2008 wheelchair shenanigans, I can't wait to see Zach school the truth. Boy, since we're probably gonna post this video after this matchup is over, I hope nothing crazy happens like Paul winning. We're still hearing about 2008 from these Boston guys like it was just last year. Jeez. Anyways, this week's Hard Pass goes to the Air Jordan 1, or rather the fetishizing of the Air Jordan 1. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Air Jordan 1. You love the Air Jordan 1. We all love the Air Jordan 1. Over the past several years, the Jordan 1 has grown to be more than just a historical artifact from Nike and Michael Jordan's past. It became the de facto shoe of sneakerheads, hypebeasts, celebrities, and the Venn diagram that brings them all together. A sneakerhead go-to is any OG colorway of the 1, from Bread to Chicago to Royal to Shadow. A hypebeast can find the right pair pair of ones to match any outfit in their carefully curated closet that they put together by reading High Snobiety for a week. And if a celebrity or athlete needs to stunt on the red carpet, sure, rocking a $1,000 pair of Gucci's could do the trick, but if they want that credibility with the kids, they hit up their plug to get them whatever is hot at the moment. If you only check sneaker blogs or the Instagram Discover page, you would think that Travis Scott ones were easier to find than LeBrons or Yeezys. The Cactus Jacks, the Off-Whites, the Alila Mays, the Fearless Mids, the Dior collabs, and the resurgent lows of 2019 are all the result of our need and want for ones. And I understand the appeal from the variety of colors to the versatility of the silhouette itself. There might not be an easier shoe to rock than a pair of Jordan 1s. The shoe allows for colors and materials that just wouldn't be possible or look good on a different pair of J's. For example, think we'll ever see a pair of Flyknit Jordan 11s? Nope, but it can be done on the 1s. How about Satin 8s? You could try, but the 1s already do it so much better. But I think I may have hit my breaking point. It's just weird to see all of these threads that are dedicated to just Jordan 1s and how people are just posting the same 10 to 15 hype ones from the past 2 years. Why? Don't get it twisted. I still have love for all the ones out there, but it's not the only game in town. Maybe I should stay quiet because the hype for ones has meant that other Jordan classics that have returned recently, like the Infrared 6s, have been easy cops. But I can't shake this feeling that sneaker culture treats ones as the only thing that matters. And that's how we're getting $170 as the standard price for ones now. Jordan Brand is capitalizing on our fetish for them by jacking up the price once again. For several years now, the price of ones have creeped up in the past decade from $110 to $140 and most recently $160. Now, I'll allow for a price increase if there's an increase in quality, but that isn't always the case. You might think they are all the same, but each individual Jordan 1 Retro deserves a breakdown because the craftsmanship changes from one release to the next. It's weird, right? I want OG ones to always be available, or at least come back every few years so I can refresh. But I also don't want to be bored and talk about just ones forever, because to be honest, I'm part of the problem too. I just did a video a few weeks back talking about my favorite pairs of the Air Jordan 1, and then did a video about not liking the Pine Green Jordan 1, but I still bought a pair to wear. As sneakerheads and as a culture, I think we gotta stop. Let's move on. I don't know. Just something to think about while I try to work my connections to get a pair of Dior's to unbox for you guys. Anyway, so that's gonna do it for the show today. Thank you guys for watching Hard Pass. I am Jacques Slade, and I will see you next week, but not before I show you why I even decided to dedicate this week's Hard Pass segment to ones. We're just trying way too hard now, people. I'll see you next week. Peace.
Baby, tell me why you stay.